So this question is about indices. Before solving this question, I want to write down a few rules which I'm going to be using in this video to solve these questions. So I'm just going to write down the first one, which is that if we've got anything, let's say we got a raised to the power negative anything, let's say negative 1 here, or let's take it as negative b. Yep. So if we've got a raised to negative b, it's the same as writing 1 over a raised to b. And another thing is that if we have a raised to a power m and that bracket is raised to another power, which is n, when we open the bracket, these powers multiply. So we've got a raised to mn. Another rule we've got is that when we've got a term a, let's say, raised to a power b divided by a raised to a power c. So we've got the same term, but the powers are different. So what we do is a raised to b minus c. All right? So in the first part, we're going to use the second rule which I showed here. We've got, because it's 3x raised to half, all of it raised to 4, we can write it down as 3 raised to 4 and x raised to half multiplied by 4. It sounds kind of confusing. What I'm saying is that, let me write it down. So it's 3 raised to 4, and then x raised to half, all of it is also raised to 4, and as we know that from this rule, that the powers are multiplied, so it would be half multiplied by 4. So I'm going to say multiplied by 4. This is the power on x. So I can write it down as 3 raised to 4 is 81, and half times 4 is 2, so it would be x squared, 81x squared. So in part B, we have 2y raised to 7 times 4y raised to negative 2. This term can be written as 1 over 4y whole squared using this rule. So we can write it down as 1 over 4y whole squared divided by 3y. Now I'm just going to write this as it is. And for the next term, it would be 1 over 4 squared, which is 16. And then y squared would just be y squared divided by 3y. When I multiply 2y raised to 7 by 16, 1 over 16y squared, 2 divided by 16 gives me 1/8. And then y to the power of 7 divided by y to the power of 2, or y squared, gives me y to the power of 5 using this rule that I've written up here. Then I forgot to divide by 3y. So this entire thing is also divided by 3y, right? Now 1/8 divided by 3 gives me 1 over 24. And y raised to 5 divided by y gives me y raised to 5 minus 1, which is y to the power of 4. This can also be written as y to the power of 4 divided by 24. However you want to write it, this way or this way, it's all correct.